Hey, all. Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, depending on what time of day it is, where you're at. How y'all doing? Today, we're going to go into something that used to be an old favorite of mine, something I used to do probably a little better than, I wouldn't say more than raids, but at the same time, I like the fact that they were a little bit shorter, and they had a little bit of story. I'm talking about strikes. Something like in Destiny 2, while there are quite a few of them, I feel like it's just like a forgotten piece of content in the game. I'm not really sure why. So I figured I wanted to go in and kind of play as many as we could, check them out again. We're gonna see how the first one goes here, but we may even try a few things while we're in there doing it. But at any rate, want you to know I was considering playing some Iron Banner today for stream, but I played a little bit last night, and there is a unique phenomenon going on in the game right now where Guardians are, for some reason, like completely invisible. And whereas that's not that bad, like you can at least still get around it. Last night I started experiencing stuff, and the night before that was more like my weapon was invisible, and I couldn't see like a reticle or anything else like that. Right? So there's only a few things that really get me upset. And one of them is playing in Crucible and not being able to actually compete. Uh, you know, gets pretty irate at times. So I don't want to get mad on stream today. But it happened in 2 straight days. So I'm figuring it's going to happen again. It's just, I don't know what the hell's going on. But it's like, I actually didn't play terrible Novad morning. But at the same time, it was like just too many situations where, I'm a competitive person, right? And when I went in there, let's see, what is the thing today? Oh, it's Arc Singe. Okay. When I went in, I was, kind of doing my thing, and there would just be times where after like getting killed, it seemed like mid match, my weapons would just be gone. And the only thing you could do, like if you hip fired the weapon, like the big reticle that you would have, that would stick around. But like the if you went ADS at any point, like you couldn't see anything. It was just like whatever color energy you were using or subclass you were using. That's like the color. It was like an ethereal look, and you couldn't see anything at all. I know, and it's terrible with strikes for me because I still think this is like some of Destiny's like best content. Like it's fun to go in and do these things. Um, it's a shame there's no reason to, like outside of a couple pieces of gear. I don't really. That's what I really don't understand. You know. You know what, Novad? Getting back to the other thing, a shotgun doesn't even work because again, you can't see the shotgun like at all. So you can't. There's no sight. There's like unless you walk up and like you're hip firing and you're just doing that sort of thing. I mean, I usually ADS for everything. The only thing I think, like, if a guy gets too close, like, I'll let up on the ADS and I'll keep firing through, like, just hip firing to kind of get a better perspective of the guy. But at the same time, like, usually I'm doing that. Like, in something like Crucible, especially something like Iron Banner, where your progress actually. Oh, this is a good one. I like the hollowed lair. Where your progress actually has like something to do with, you know, how much you win. I don't want to lose. You know? Oh, excuse me, guys. I don't really want to deal with you right now. You know what? I hope they get rid of that because it is literally the worst thing. Like it's the worst. All right, so just in case anybody's wondering, I'm using the Juju and I put on as many pieces of menagerie gear that I have. Hey, how's that guy all the way up there? Oh, he's okay. I get it. I'm using the Juju and all the menagerie pieces because I thought, isn't there like some kind of triumph or something? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way. Like, it's just annoying. And I don't know. It was annoying in so many different ways. Right? Ow, shit. Let me go, please. Like, it was annoying in so many different ways in the idea that sometimes, even if you could see your weapon, right? Some people would like, certain times they'd show up and they would be invisible and other times they wouldn't. So you'd come around a corner and think all was good, right? And then you'd see a blip on your radar and you'd be looking around everywhere and can't find the guy. And here, he's like to the left, but he was invisible. And that's why you couldn't see him. You know? And it's like, oh my God, it was really frustrating. It's a shame, too, because like Iron Banner Control was actually kind of fun. You know, I won't lie. I actually enjoyed myself a good bit. Nope. Bang! Boom! Bing! All right. How much super you have with this? That is just like way too much. I'm a Titan main, you know, and like I even think that I'm not complaining about it. I love it. Don't get me wrong, you know. But at the same time, like I would like a nerf on it. Well, the Juju's going to be real nice towards the end of this strike. You know, it's a shame because they actually added two of their best strike. Well, this one's just fun. I don't know if it's their best, but there's a lot of enemies in this one. That's what makes it fun. But like this one and the Corrupted Strike are some of their the Corrupted Strike is really good, and that was like the last strike they ever did. That's kind of like a shame, you know. Oh, yeah. We got this. Son of a bee. Mm-hmm. Do I have to come down there? No, I don't want to do it. Shoot it! Nice. Good job. I don't want to get splashed by that stupid thing, you know? I'll come down and help, you know? I mean, I'm not going to just leave you high and dry. Come in there, I'll get you. Come on, team. See? I didn't leave him bad. Well, you know what? I mean, that's like one of Destiny's things, and the immunity phase. Like, some bosses have it less, but like, well, think about it. They actually got rid of one strike for like a long time. That the one on Exodus Crash or whatever. Just because, you know, his immunity phase was ridiculous. Bitch. So that's just like kind of how Destiny does it. But you're right. Like, I don't like that. But I like that in his immunity phases, like, they just drowned the entire activity with enemies. You know, it's not like a couple here and there doing, like, bullshit mechanics, shooting stuff. Like, it's just a rush, like a wave of enemies. And I'm all about that. Bing. I mean, look at this thing. Come on. Look, I must have a full super bar still. You know what? They kind of nerfed the Juge a little bit in that regard. In that, did you see how long that lasted? That is insanity. I think you only get like the D1 super energy when you hit String of Curses times like 3 or something like that. 3 or maybe 4 or 5. That's the thing. They kind of scaled down that. They added in that damage boost. You know. Which, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's the crutch of all the... That's one thing in... Oh, God. That's one thing in Destiny... No, let me go. No, let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Stupid thing. I hate these goddamn things. Let me go. Get off my friend! That's the trade-off. And they do that with a lot of weapons, like Rampage, Kill Clip. When you add damage to a thing, like, that's always going to be the perk, and it makes other perks completely worthless. I don't know. It's just old man talk here. Everybody have that. Oh, nice whiff. Oh, I wasn't trying to shoot them. Damn it. I suck. Oh, no, don't. No, 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 no. No, don't die. Sausage Pit B. 10 seconds. Don't do it. Don't die. Brother. Sausage PTI. PTI B8? I don't know. Thank you. Nice. Good job. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was... D1's perks. I mean, I like Rampage. I like Kill Clip because they're awesome. But they make everything else in the game like other than like even high impact reserves, which is another damage boost. Like, what would you rather have? 60% extra damage, or have to get to the end of the, you know, when you get a kill or get a couple kills, or have to wait until you get to the end of the magazine to, like, be able to utilize it. I mean, you're always going to pick the damage. DPS, it's king in these games. I just hope that they finally allow you to make the armor in the way... I hate having to sit there the whole time, right? And grind out armor. And have to go and get this piece and this piece. And it's like, okay, this piece is good. This piece is alright. And then you end up having to keep a ton of armor that you don't really want. But it's like the best you have for that thing that you're doing. And then, like, you have to go back into your vault, you know, and at some point deal with it. Instead, I would like to be able to have pieces that I could collect. Just a few things and maybe you know, I got to tell you something. I still feel like Monster Hunter World's armor system is just, it's the shit. It's the shit. Yeah, there's really none of this. Oh, no, don't tell me. Golden Beast. Yeah, I don't like that. Not to mention, like, Okay, so I did um the cheese for some resources through the forge. Like, it's not worth it. Unless you're willing to just let your
Face me.
hey, cheese. Unless you're willing to hold on, let me deal with this first. Oh my god. Unless you're willing to let your the AFK farm. Unless you're willing to just let your like Xbox sit off or PlayStation or whatever, or sit on and not do anything, like for like hours at a time, it's just the amount of resources that you do come out with. I mean, you really do have to like let it sit there for a long time. And it almost gets to the point where it's like, God, that's not what I want, at least. I don't know. Like, if that's what we're gonna have to do for like the new Destiny stuff, if that's how deep they're gonna get the grinding system going, that's like way extreme. Like, I don't want that. Yeah, which is fine. You know, I'm like I said, I'm totally okay with it. I just don't want it. I don't want to have to be like exploiting the system all the time just to be able to get the stuff I want. Like, that's a little too extreme, isn't it? Like right now, this, and I realize that it's a lot of it's about the they're just. I'm hoping they're just trying to get rid of your materials because they're not going to be necessary, and if you have to have more stuff, then they're going to have to like face the whole crowd bitching again about, you know, the fact that there's no vault space if they have to have this material and this material and this material and all this other stuff. So I'm hoping that the whole Bad Juju quest is centered around the idea that, you know, here, it gets this stuff out of your vault. But somehow I don't think that's... Hey, Face, how are you? Yeah, I've been good, you know. It's good to see you here. Vault space is always going to be a problem in a collector game. You know, it's just how big of a problem is it? Right now, it's not too bad of an issue. You know, there's enough things that they've done. But if we have to keep all the resources, right, and a lot of the weapons and stuff, like if those are all going to be good, that's just because there's always going to be new weapons that come out. So if you have to keep multiple what the fuck? Where am I? If you have to keep multiple resources for the first stuff and then new resources that I'm sure are going to come out in the next one because, you know, the moon's going to have another resource now, right? And if we end up going back to any other areas, like, get me out. Boom! I punch you in the face. Yeah, baby.
Killing just to kill. I'll show you your end when I return.
It's like, was he saying that under the mask? Ugh, hands all nasty. I will say this. I still think I was playing yesterday, like I said, the Iron Banner, and I hate Destiny 2's shader system. Like, I despise it. Well, Sunfire, that's the thing. I don't know. See, that's, you know, when they talk about at this point, Destiny 2 and what they at least are saying where they want the game to go, it feels like they want to make it as grindy as possible because apparently there's a very vocal group of people who seem to enjoy that. I don't mind some grinding. I think some grinding can even be fun. But like I said, for me, leaving my Xbox on and just letting it, my thing sit there for 4 hours straight, if that's what I have to do, then like I don't want to do that. What do you mean they can just resurrect? Oh, Seahawk, there's a couple of shaders that are actually kind of nice in the game. Gambit Chrome, I love. Amethyst Veil, Shrouded Stripes. I know. I mean, there's not many. That's how I know the names of them. So you're saying that the Cabal, Hive, and Fallen can just resurrect? What do you mean? You mean like with the bosses and stuff? Well, but I think what Novad's referring to is that Gaul is actually, hey, look, here's that shitty strike that got pulled. Gaul returns in Shadowkeep. They all do. There's what? I always forget there was a strike in Rise of Iron, and I can't remember what the name of it is, but it was like there was a dude with like a big
didn't Siva kill
like
the Iron Lords?
Siva thing on his head, and he had an ogre. I can't remember what the dude's name was though, but he's coming back and all these other bosses. And here's the thing: I'm not sure they can res. These might be like, I'd say a potential theory that might have some value is that these are somehow manifestations of our
set of arc pulses. Coordinates marked.
I don't know, like a dark mirror to the things that we've done, and they're coming. I don't know, coming back. I'll be curious to see where they're going with this story. But I do like where the lore has been going this past year. Like, I very much enjoy what I've been reading. You can tell that they're definitely putting some time into it. How did I generate it? Oh, did I get both of them there? Noise.
Let's see. Okay, the Fallen went that way.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. We gotta... Something is... Eris Morn did something, because I keep saying that she's like the catalyst of this whole thing. So Eris Morn did something, and has somehow awakened, like, I don't know, maybe the things that we've killed specifically. I needed that prime engine. Oh, nice. Hey, what the hell are they doing now? That was some killing right there. What? What is there, like one? Oh my god. How did you get down?
Captain, may I speak with you privately?
Don't mind me and Zavala. We'll just...
Well, I guess you could look at it that way.
Vanguard link.
I don't...
Voices for me to focus.
The Callus thing was really odd. Like, or not Callus, but the lore for that thing where they have like the scions kind of like talking about a false future or like a potential future. I don't know. It's just a really odd future. A lot of the things in there are strange. Huh. This corner look. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Fallen are the Scorn are their own thing now. Uh-oh. What is that one Drake doing? Like, you're out of place, my friend. My dude. You coming? Anybody? Oh, do I have to, like, sit here and... Ah. Got it. Yes. I thought somebody else did it. Well, I mean... Again, though, I'm still not sold on the idea that that it's going to be like the real Crota, right? Is there something back here? Oh, I guess they're dealing with it? Is he not dealing with it? What is happening? Where's the battle?
This webbing on the floor looks like some kind of arc conductor. Probably best to keep
What? Geronimo! This might hurt. Ow.
Can I get a hand?
Did somebody give that man a hand? Or, Ghost? Alright. I can't deal with it anymore. It's bugging me. What's going on down here? What are you doing? Let's go. Where'd all these guys? Why are they down here? There. Now it's taken care of. It's like I said, I miss whenever these things actually were worth something, you know? I actually picked up a pretty nice fusion rifle from the Menagerie. That Epicurean can roll with a bunch of good perks. No, sir. Oh, let's get another one. Shit.
Barrier down, and I'm alive.
I don't know if you'd call that a wasted super, but
My
it's not
crew
really a
used
good
to
one.
give me gifts, but they've been dead for 500 years.
Let's see what those darn Fallen are up to, huh? Failsafe. The path opened up again. I've locked onto a second. Let's grab them.
God, the pulse thing. Pain in the butt. Now, see, this is what I refer to when I talk about like the people with Warframe. I wish the world was more alive. Like, we're in the middle of a strike, and we just walk right into a public event. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. I just like this feels. Oh shit! Oh.
Everything okay?
We're fine. Failsafe was just being fidgety.
Hey, unit, Ghost, kindly delete yourselves.
All right, we got one guy back and one guy here. Oh my God, Golden Beast, what are you doing back there?
I hate every single one of your programs.
To voice my ghost? Oh man, no, I never really thought about it. I want the experience. Sorry, but they're gonna pull me out anyhow. Oh, that didn't even hit for anything. All right, screw it. That thing killed me. Killed me quick. Sometimes you get a little rambunctious, a little overly excited. Because, especially in the open world, the power creep, I guess you could say, or not creep, but the power scaling is the word I was looking for, is like so different from thing to thing that like you can walk around acting like a god to certain areas. And then you walk up against something else like that right there and you get completely toasted, see? Sorry. I need to start playing a little bit more conservative. Yeah, give me. Thank you. Appreciate you, sir. Okay, see that? See how it was blue there
Captain, Ghost,
for a second whenever I flipped my
want to
weapon
thank you
over?
again for doing this. I'm
That
sure the
is
damage
exactly
feels worse
what
than
the
it is.
weapons looked like
Aha!
yesterday.
Of course. Let's hurry. Power's down.
Whenever I was playing in Iron
They took
Banner.
everything, didn't they? There's nothing left.
Cage unit, shut your modulator.
You do that. Oh, getting back to the voice actor thing. Huh. When a perfect world, Robin Williams. I mean, unfortunately, that can't happen. But Robin Williams voicing my ghost would be amazing. People that could do it right now. Well, two people I can think of for different reasons. And they're kind of from the same thing. But Paul Bettany wouldn't be bad because then my ghost would sound like Jarvis, so that would be kind of awesome in its own, regard, right? But then I was let me in. Let me in.
Did you
But
get that?
Ron Perlman, there you go. That's a good one too. Hey Trav, how are you, buddy? The other one would be like, wouldn't Robert Downey Jr. be fun? Like just to have him like quirking, like being real quirky and stuff in your Nathan Fillion. Unfortunately, like it would never happen because he was already like somebody else, but come here, buddy. Yeah. Can we do it?
Hello?
Beautiful.
Fire Team Piccolo, can you hear me?
Nice.
We have
That's exactly how I like it.
Operation Bobo has begun.
Hey Hunter, how are you?
Tell him we're fine.
Now, it's better this way. No one gets left behind, Piccolo. No one. Stand by.
I actually love the dialogue at the end of this. It's a shame, Nathan Fillion was like the only real character. Do you know what I'm saying? And they got rid of him, which is such a shame. You know, at this point, like, I the dude who plays Zavala is like, he's just, it's like overly dramatic. Ikora is overly dramatic. Soraya is like, she's just like overly bitchy. Petra's cool. You know, Petra's all right. Yeah, the Drifter's cool. I like the Drifter. I do like the Drifter. He's cool. It's a good character. I think we can obviously tell where a lot of his inspiration came from. But, you know, I think Matthew McConaughey is a big part of his thing. But he's funny, you know, like, yeah, okay. So I have to say I forgot about the Drifter. The Drifter is probably, I'm just trying to think, anybody else. Callus isn't too bad either. Callus is kind of cool. The Drifter's cool. That bitch in the Forge, I'm sorry for my use of the word, but I can't stand Ada 1. Like, I can't stand her. Every time I go there, like, I just want to, like, if it were real life, there were so many things I would like to say to her. Only after you, like, complete everything is she decent towards you. Even then, though, you know, because all my characters. Oh, here we go. This one isn't my favorite strike. All of my characters aren't completely leveled up, right? So, like, certain times I'll come there and she acts, you know, decent. But then there are other times when I'll get in there and she's still acting like a bitch, you know? And I'm just like, hey, I just want to be like, just shut up. Who thought this was a good idea for this? Like, she's actually worse than Asher Mir.
Commander,
And that's saying something, because the dude from Io is, what the
perhaps
hell?
they are conducting
What's
some
happening?
sort of research.
Huh. Even their scientists are bullies.
Ah, Riven's cool. She's awful. I mean, I don't like Asher Mir either. Okay, but his character's a little bit less. I don't know. Like, he still sucks. Let me make that perfectly clear. Terribly, in fact.
A waterfall of vents.
But
Milk. Yes.
I hate her most of all. I hate her most of all. That's the best way I can describe it. Ah, shit. Well, I mean, yeah, you know, Asher Mir is a douchebag, okay? But you can tell he's a douchebag to everybody, right? Ada has like a personal thing against you. And it's like very obvious in the way that she talks. And it's like, I don't even know who you are, right? Like, you've been hiding out in the tower here while, you know, I've been doing all the real work. Shut up. Here, have that. I need sniper rifle kills. For a bounty, I believe.
Oh, a barrier. This planet loves barriers. Zavala, I think they're trying to
That's it?
contain the Red Legion.
They have bigger problems. Mainly you.
Like, seriously, is this fair? You're all dead. I don't know. I wish we could kill her off. I wish we could too. Like, you're telling me there's nobody else in the tower that we can't get to run that place?
What could the
We have all the data. We got it all back for her, from her, for her, you know?
What have you done to attract such hostile species to my planet?
What? That one wasn't a... You gotta be joking. I protest. Or that. Either way. Yeah, stuff's just... They're just chilling in the tower. Ooh, I almost fell. Boom. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just... It's a... I mean, I get why they did it. Like, why didn't they put it on the farm? Make that, like, useful... You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know much about the farm. So I could totally see them, like, it like being a little area outside of the farm. You know? Oh, okay. You know, it makes sense. It's outside the city walls, so... You know, it's like you could be a little bit more discreet. And yet... No, it's sitting just underneath all of us, chilling. No, buddy. No, buddy. No. Oh. Oh, I did get him. Haha, nice. Hey! Take my granada. Fair enough. You can have that one. I'll get that one. I don't have any. Oh, I do now. You know what? I was just thinking of something. We can totally do this.
You know, Cade got stuck stealing from the Vex. Why didn't that happen to the Red Legion?
Calculating Red Legion similarity to the K6.0001%. Plus, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb.
You are
Oh,
both
shit.
depressing and unhelpful.
Come here, sir. Oh, I see you up there, you weasel. Did I get it? Nope. Ow.
I think they want their drill back.
Ah, shit. There it is. Ah! Mm-hmm. Failsafe. I do like... Oh, speaking of, you're talking about the failsafe, and we were talking about the different things. I do think it is very cool that in the like the last Wish raid... Did we get off me? That, I don't know if somebody might have said this already in chat, but the fact that they switched the voices around. Every time I go in there, it's a different... Anybody else? Every time I go in there, I get different voices. Like the last time I got Sloan.
I think
I'm trying to
it's
think.
up, right?
I've had like Sloan, Zavala, Petra. Like it seems like they have everybody almost. Oh, all right. Do they have? I mean, does anybody know if they have all the voices in the game? Like, you can do the Drifter, you know. Did somebody put in a code? Did I get it? Okay. Like, tell me, is this... I mean, this is a little broken, maybe. Uh-oh, in a bad spot. Peekaboo! Peekaboo! Oh! Oh, stop it. No! Like 1v1 in this thing. Hey, thanks. Appreciate you back here doing a little bit of work for me. Oh yeah. Yes. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. These are fun though. Like if you just want to go and kill stuff, strikes are where it's at. Like especially at this, I wish they'd make like another level of them though. Like now, the other thing I really enjoyed, and I don't know why they didn't like bring it back for D2. Like strike scoring was fun. You know? Anybody else shooting anything in this? Look at me, child. Look at me, child. Not the right one. This is the right one, right here. Yeah. Oh, you son of a bee. Oh, he's immune. I'm running out of shots. Oh yeah, I saw that in game. I did. I didn't like it. I didn't like it nearly as much as Infinity War. I can tell you that. I'm not saying it was bad, but I think I'm just not a big fan of time travel. I think I finally come to that because there's so few movies where when they get into time travel that I feel like, oh, I don't think that hit. That it actually does the job, you know? Is he dead? There you go, buddy. Just for you.
That did it. Modular mind is down.
Yeah. You know, like, and my logical, stupid brain
Failsafe. What's your
is
this incident?
so.
Records indicate the Cabal
Here, I'll let these guys talk
and
first.
dug into this world to capture it. Had the Red Legion achieved their goal, I estimate a 60% chance this planetoid would have been destroyed in the ensuing battles. Luckily, the captain stepped in.
Oh, I am great. What can I say? As I watched Endgame, and I watched everything unfold, and I don't even need to get too deep into spoilers, I don't think. But if you haven't seen the movie, cover your ears for a second. Essentially, what I'm going to say is that all I could tell you is while things were happening, I just kept thinking of all the consequences of it. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, Back to the Future is probably the best time travel movie, the genre, or like I should say franchise, because they take into consideration the consequences of their actions. And like that was a weird thing in Endgame, because like, you know, they even talked about Back to the Future, saying that it wasn't, that things didn't work like that. And it's like, yeah, they do. It didn't even work like that in your movie. You know? But so I don't know. I wish they would have went about it a different way. I felt like there was all kinds of different. So in my here would have been how I would have ended, like how my end game would have been. First of all, I wouldn't have waited. You're right, and Back to the Future does have inconsistencies too. Like, I don't think if you get into time travel, you can ever roll that out. Like the butterfly effect, that movie thing, like they did it well too, but there's even inconsistencies through those. Like, and it's specifically about, you know, the idea of the butterfly effect and how it, you know, like the ripples of how things go. But if it were me, the one thing I noticed, and I told this to my little brother actually, the one thing I noticed was when everybody kind of dissipated at the end of Infinity War. So I hope people have seen that by now, right? But when everybody kind of dissipated out, they took on the same basic characteristic, albeit a lot slower and a different color, than when Thanos had used the reality stone to kind of manipulate what nowhere looked like. So my thought was, maybe by him doing what he did, it was like his... Ooh, can I get through this whole thing? No, it's going to stop me before him.
Hello, Failsafe.
Maybe not.
You're familiar with this place.
Oh yes.
Like,
quite.
I
The
thought
Vex
maybe
were
it
very
would be a
active
fight
there
for
when
the
Exodus
gauntlet.
Black
And that's
first
kind of where I
arrived
was
on
hoping it
Nessus.
would go, because then I thought, like,
The Vex that murdered my crew came from there.
I wonder if they're going to make me go all the way back.
I'm sorry that you have to relive those memories.
I felt like
All right. It's only taken me a
everything
few
that
centuries to
happened
suppress them.
was cool, but they could have, like, made it so that, like, the superheroes literally did have to fight Thanos in a calculated situation, not one that was, you know, kind of brought upon them. Even though they knew that Thanos was coming, they didn't know what Thanos was, right? So when they met him on Titan, like I said, they did as well as they could for a trap, but like they obviously exposed weaknesses of Thanos. Like, he can be manipulated. Obviously, they had him, you know. If it weren't for Peter Quill, that you know, the whole story wouldn't have went the way it did. So I feel like that was the story that I wanted, and then them getting the gauntlet would allow them to unmake the reality that he had made. But like the way that it ended up going down, yeah, I thought he basically imposed his will on reality on a universal scale, right? And my thought process was, the first thing was like I said, when you see him do it in Nowhere, it's very fast and it's all red based upon the color of the stone, right? When it happens on the universal scale, it's very slow, and it's also like a grayish, which conveniently enough would be the color of those 6 stones together in unison. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you if you match those 6 stones up, they would like kind of turn into a gray. So I thought by getting the gauntlet off of him, they could unmake his reality and return reality to what it was. But even if they had done that at the time that it happened in Endgame, wow, where'd you go? I still wouldn't have liked it. Like 5 years is too long.
That's
Like,
correct, friendly ghost.
there's so many things.
That commander
Like, in my opinion, what ended up happening, all it did, it was selfish. Like, in 5
This
years,
sounds bad.
people would have remarried. People would have gotten different jobs. A global production of food and resources would have dropped drastically. I can't even think of the number of things that would have occurred if the snap happened and 5 years went by. Especially like the way that they show it in the movie, it looks like people are getting along. Like, obviously, like, electricity's back and people are eating. You know, it's not like there's any kind of, at least as I saw it, I don't know.
And bad news.
So there's all these like significant things, like,
According to the Vex,
and again, this is how my stupid logical brain thinks, but
I predict several
what about like
defenses
somebody
cabal
that had gotten like remarried and had a
I said give
child,
us the good news first.
and then those two people's like husband and wife came back? Now what? Not to mention the fact that every single person that's dead, like, would have had their excuse me, would have had their assets liquidated, distributed, so they come back to nothing. I mean, what are you going to do? Take the money away from the people that you gave it to? Like, you'd have a global economy collapse at the same time if just 3.5 billion people randomly showed up again once, you know, they had been gone for that long a stretch of
There's
time.
got to be a way to get through here.
And I think that's significant. That's why I don't.
I believe
That's
Centaurians
my
possess
biggest
the means
problem
to
with the
remove
movie
Vex
is
law
how,
and grant you ingress.
like, over the course of 20-some movies, the MCU has been very, very good about trying to keep a lot of their plots tight. And like, to the point where you almost believe, like, okay, you know, this is almost so good it's real, like, feeling. Like, I almost could believe that this shit's happening in my world right now. That's how good you're doing it. And then at the very end, I feel like it was almost like a Force Awakens. Oh, God.
Cabal drop or
No.
Centurion.
No. I feel like it was almost like a Force Awakens situation where it was like, instead of going with a good story, they decided to go with fan service. And it was just all the fan service you could possibly have. They brought all these people back and doing different, you know. And I don't know. I would have rathered a good story. That's just me. You know, you've based the how the thing has gone so far on a great story. Why stop now? You know? Oh wow, that was powerful. Bang. We are talking about Avengers Endgame. And I mean, again, I don't like. So for me, and I mean, this is going to be an unpopular thing, but again, I'm an older person, and I feel like I don't like. Oh goodness, I don't like the Last Jedi because I feel like it stomps all over the established lore. Now that's just me. And so, like, for me, I can't like that movie, right? Endgame is different. I don't feel like they stomp on everything. I just feel like It's not a good story, and it was a really like kind of cheap way. Again, I'm not going to get mad because there's a lot of fan service, and I get it. It was a feel-good movie. I know a lot of people enjoyed it. I know there was a lot of cool, like I said, there's a lot of very fan servicey things they did, and a lot of people enjoy that kind of thing. But I love story, so like I thought the story was shit. But I did enjoy all the fan servicey stuff. Is it? Destiny is going to be very in-depth, like Warframe-ish in-depth come Shadowkeep, for those who are asking in the comments. Because, like, to be honest, they're dangerously close to getting there anyhow. There's a lot of stuff in Destiny. You know, and if you really start getting into nuances, that's one of the things that I don't think every Destiny player gets into nuances, like searching for gear that augments, you know, your reload speed on the weapons that you're using, that augments unflinch, like the ability to reduce flinch on the weapon that you're currently using every time. Like, there's all these little things you can do, adding different mods to guns, mods to armor right now, super mods that if you want to, you can get really, really in depth with Destiny right now.
Wow.
And it's only going to get, oh goodness.
Intercepted communication from the Vex indicates
died?
that Kargan has bypassed their...
But I don't think it's absolutely required yet.
It looks like Kargan is using
Come Shadowkeep, that may be a different thing. Like, it's very possible that it will be an essential aspect of the game. Because the way it looks, at least from what I've seen, like, the best way I can describe it is it looks like a piece of Destiny 2's Year 1 armor. Right? As far as what you get. With a couple extra added things. They're bringing back intelligence, strength, and discipline to augment the speed of your super, your grenade, and your melee charge, right? And I guess they'll do, they're gonna have to do something with maybe the class ability as well. I didn't see that. But so, essentially, what's gonna end up happening? They're gonna, you're gonna really need to get deep in if you really want to min-max your build, because now you're gonna be looking for a piece of gear. You're gonna be looking for pieces of gear first that kind of have the base stats that you want, right? That'll be the first grind. And you'll probably want different things for different activities. Like, you know, PvE, you may want a build that's more resilience-based because, you know, you might want to tank a couple extra shots. I think it's a little bit more relevant, right? But in PvP, you might want a build that's more like mobility-based or even, I don't know, I guess health recovery? I mean, in certain situations, will you stop moving? You know what? I need shotgun kills. I breathe, so hold on one second. While we're just sitting here chilling. Come on! That'll... So I do feel like you're going to get that level. The only thing that Warframe has that Destiny still doesn't is the damage system. You know, which I would say Anthem kind of dipped its toes in that a little bit, if you will. You know, kind of having elements that would mix together and do additional damage. Anybody want to come over here? I need shotgun kills. Thank you. Thank you. Guys. Anybody? Golden Beast. I figured the rampage and just the fact that he was like one hit. Prophet Taker. Yeah, I gotta. I don't know if anybody saw the stream yesterday, but like I took a little bit of a break from Warframe right around Fortuna because I wasn't really digging it. So now I'm grinding it in order to be able to play the Prophet Taker. But like the crappy thing about it is there's a lot of they just do a lot of gating with it.
You are correct, friendly ghost.
You know that I just can't. I can't get.
Indicates several Cabal
Oh, God.
transports are in your position.
Oh what?
You asked for it.
Oh, but I just a little edge there. That wouldn't hurt me. Eddie, how are ya? Again, and you know there it is right there. Like it's a shame that when we put new content and whoa, you almost knocked me off. What are you trying to do? On the Eidolon fights, I actually enjoy those.
Location secured, Commander Zavala.
That's one boss fight where I can actually get into.
What intel did you discover?
The Prophet Taker, and I will
There's
tell you
some
something
almost
else.
unreadable data
The
artifact
Ropalolist fight
It's
Ow!
but it's
is
able to
a
make out
mess.
M-Sun
Is a
12
mess.
from the
It is
access
so
log.
buggy. Like
What
I
is
want to
Oxus?
play it.
Who was M-Sun
I
12?
want to play it when it's
Those are
not
questions for
buggy.
Another day, I suppose. But for now, well done.
Tell you what, we've been lucky enough so far to actually get strikes like that that we haven't seen twice. Pretty nice. I'm sure now that I've said that we're gonna get a repeat, but you know. Yeah, Arcwings are buggy too. There's a couple things. There's a few things. Yes, modern problems do require teabagging, and that Scion was getting some. Yes, feel free to join the Discord, guys. I'm on there every day now. I think the people in chat that who are on Discord can attest to that. Oh, Rope. Paul, how are you? Hey, everybody, I just want to say hello to you. I'll appreciate you joining me today for stream. I didn't know if I was going to get submerged Arcwings. Oh, God. Arcwangs. Yeah, that's what they are. I didn't know if I was going to get a lot of people to watch the strikes, but I like the strikes. They're fun. Plus, they're stress-free on a nice Sunday. You know, just a nice Sunday stream. Let's see, where are we headed to? The fact that we're only going in by ourselves is not the best thing ever. Just saying. Let's hopefully, like, we see two other ships pull up beside us here. What do we want to use? Let's go with the old swag regime, right? Go swag regime. And this tempered dynamite I got in a raid. You know, I will say this, it is a shame about Arcwings and Warframe and the fact that, like, that is, in my opinion, an untapped resource in Warframe. Like, the Arcwings on the planes and stuff are... I don't know why anybody uses a K-Drive. Oh, nice. We got another one. Fantastic. Oh, I saw the Monster Hunter World Glavenus. Yeah.
Don't worry, Anna. We're here.
Yeah, I'm getting the itch to play some Monster Hunter World again. I really am.
And he's attacking Rasputin. Head to the power station and I'll fill you in.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming by, Travis. I appreciate it, man. Oh, shit. What am I doing? Yeah, you got to fight these guys. I forgot about that. No. Ah! Hey, what do you mean? I was going to say, why? Why are we going? Why did we fail it all? I was the only idiot to get killed. Come on, Golden Beast. I've been hooking you up, brother. Yeah. What are you doing? Are you just riding around? What? What was that? All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with dual speed receiver. I think on this one. I think that's what it's called. I like the extra damage and the. I'll tell you, the spinning up is great on the swag, but at the same time, I feel like it goes through the magazine so fast. Get rigged. Only chat. Jeez, Cage. Like I said, I don't know. I don't get it. When you have an Arcwing, especially when you have something like Eatzel for this long, you can go to your clan and get. I cannot see a reason to get on one of them things. They're so slow in comparison.
How?
And now that they should have made the Arcwing launchers like more expensive. Then like people that would at least people would have been like forced. God, come on, sir. That's some shitty damage you got going on there, Rick. Ooh, did you see that thread and the needle right there? Oh, beautiful. Bang!
Open the cooling vents.
I feel like I'd be a fun guardian, like in real life. Mm-hmm. I don't know about the swag regime.
Attention.
I don't know.
Net inhibitor
Just don't know.
offline. Core power levels rising. Continued fluctuations will result in a critical failure. All personnel are advised to initiate safety protocols. Remember, a safe work environment is a happy work environment.
Well, that thing's pretty cool, huh? Excuse your shield. I was going to go for a smash, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to save it.
That note is giving off strange readings. I need a closer look.
Who's shooting? Oh, yeah, we got it.
Oh no.
I love it.
With the inhibitor offline,
Yeah, I'd like the axe. It's funny, there's certain things that, like, we had, like... Oh, you know what, I guess I could probably flip around and do a few things, huh? Wah! Or maybe I'll use a couple different subclasses. I'm using Arc because it's Arc Burn, so we're getting a little bit... Hey, come here. Are you going to get him? Excuse me. I'm not sure what he was waiting for.
Neural net is online and ready. Now for the inhibitor vent. The inhibitor
Oh, see,
vent
I
is open.
got one of the things there that I needed. Oh, I was gonna grab the stupid what's that thing called? The Valkyrie. So my favorite gun in... I have a couple. My favorite guns are probably the Ringing Nail, the Bygones, and the, if you're talking like primary weapons, Ringing Nail, the Bygones, and the Blast Furnace. As far as like, I mean, there's a ton of good weapons in there. Oh god, that thing's nice. There's a couple good weapons that I don't even know about. You know, like that's a perfect example right there with this tempered dynamo. I haven't really, I just got it, so I haven't really had a chance to use
Get
it.
to the core before it goes critical. It's time to forge a new Valkyrie.
So now I'm like just getting a little taste of it. I wish I had the catalyst to the Cerberus, man. We'd be doing orbs for days. Gotta hit them crits.
Really use the Valkyrie right now.
What do we need the Valkyrie for?
Stabilized. Kind of. But the Valkyrie is ready. All right. I need you to throw the Valkyrie into the core and force a full meltdown.
Are you dead? Are you dead? The Cerberus +1, as cool as it should be, it sucks.
Complete core
But you know what? I'll tell you, auto rifles in Destiny 2 suck. Like, they used to be good. Now they're
Valkyrie
shit.
has been successfully charged.
Only recently has
Shut
this
down the
one made a
facility in the
return.
process.
Bad news. You also shut down Rasputin's defenses. I'm plotting.
Let me in!
You gotta move.
Oh, you know what? Bang! Boom, 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 boom. My kill. Me. Mine. Me. It's like, it's not even fair. Well, this Golden Beast has been just running all the strikes. What do you got on there? Uh-huh. Dun 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 dun. Oh. Zol. Zoli.
I've never seen anything so
You
Be
bad
careful.
monkey. Nah. I'm like timing these so terribly. Might open your face up a little bit? Yeah, thank you. This way. Nice. Appreciate you. Alrighty. He's coming. Zoli, Zoli, Zoli. Yeah, the wasted worm god. Well, that now you now they're saying that he might not be dead. Because technically, like, it lives through us in the weapon, the Whisper of the Worm, or I don't know, I don't know if that means that, like, oh god! I don't know if that means, like,
Try to hold on a little longer. Anna is bringing the neural
that
net online.
he can return, like, in physical form, because it still exists within the context of the... Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh, no. Thank you. Yeah, like, I don't know. I know it's a garbage perk to most people, but lately I've been, like, really digging auto-loading holster. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha, big boy.
Souls down.
Boom!
Did it. Rasputin is safe.
You know we've always got your back, Anna.
And I've got yours.
Snap happens to everybody, apparently. Oh, fun. Hey, these are resources. Now, for the first time, I'm like, oh, resources. I could use those. What do we got here? Man, we need to clean up. We're going to need to clean up certain things. Yeah, the end game of Destiny is raids, but it, you know, let's put it this way: there's a lot of things you can that you can do, even if you can't do raids. And it's funny that you mentioned that, because I was looking. I recently completed the Last Wish raid for the very first time on Xbox. I did it on PlayStation 4 a little while back, but this is the first time I did it on Xbox. And I was looking through my the achievement when it popped up, you know, and apparently only 3.5% of the people that have played Destiny 2 have beaten that raid. And it got me to thinking, like, that is, like, probably one of the best pieces of content in the game. And it's something that most players will, like, never see. So there is a significant barrier to play raids. I mean, they've made it in Destiny 2 specifically, like, they've made it so for the most part, you have to get 6 people together. Now, you can kind of shortchange in certain instances, like certain encounters. Certain people can, you know, extremely talented people can solo things and stuff like that. But, like, even then, a lot of the soloing's been done on PC, and there's a couple advantages to that. The menu times are much shorter, so you can flip weapons if you need to, and still, you know, keep engaged in the fight. There's less recoil because of the mouse and keyboard. The game's faster because it's 60 frames per second, so it's more of an immersive experience. So it can be done. I think there's people that have even done it on console too. I am not one of those people. and that's it. You know, like, thank you very much, Nev. I appreciate it. And that's exactly it. Like, it's a shame that the raids have to be such a frustrating thing. Oh, we've already done this one. So here's what we're gonna do. I was anticipating this, so we're gonna return to orbit. and then I'm gonna go select it because I don't think the level of the strike really doesn't matter at this point. These are heroic, and we're still just rushing through them with no problem. So what I was thinking was we can continue on. I don't think we saw Savatune song, so we can just do them individually. No, you don't get the best gear. No, that's the best part about it. And I'll complete my point here about the raid frustration thing. But you can get gear that's every bit as good as the raid gear from playing the game solo. Like, there are all kinds of things. There's the forges in Destiny 2. There is the menagerie now, where you can go in and once you get, I mean, obviously you have to do some playing, but you can go and get very good weapons with the exact stat rolls that you want if you're willing to grind for them, and you never have to set foot in a raid. And you could become, without ever playing in a raid, you could have gear that would be more than sufficient in any raid, without question. You'd still need to understand and like learn the encounters, and it's more than just watching a video, because, man, when you're in a raid, the one thing that's probably the thing people take for granted most often is that you're doing a mechanic. There's in every single encounter, there's some little thing that you have to do, be it killing in a certain order, grabbing some kind of relic and moving it over to somewhere else, but it usually requires a fair bit of communication between the people in the raid, and all the raids are 6 people. So, you know, there's a lot of things kind of going on. And in that regard, like, it can be, you know, it can definitely be.
Operation Caliban online.
It can be something that you can probably do the first time you get into it if you're being carried, but you'll never truly understand the raid until you've been through it a bunch of times, because you need to know where enemies are coming from. You need to know where certain things go, where you need to go, you know, because you don't have a lot of time in any of the encounters either. Usually there's a wipe mechanic. So they're intense, but when you're able to get through them, you know, the gear is usually fairly worth it. Right? And I'm going to switch weapons. So again, it's all about kind of like what you want to get out of the game, you know. But to say that you have to go into the raids, no, you don't. You absolutely don't. To get back to my other point that we were talking about with the... I'll tell you about the community in 1 second. The frustration of the raids is kind of what I was speaking about before, in the fact that if you have 6 people or more than one person learning the raid, it can be a disaster. And you can wipe, and you can do the same encounter for hours on end, literally. You could waste a whole evening. You could waste 2 evenings and not get any gear. You could go through and do 2 encounters and get the same piece of gear twice at the same light level. They'd probably have a different drop, like as far as like the stats, but past that they're gonna look, you know, and it's not gonna feel very rewarding. But the communities, I don't really know. The community's all right. It's, you know, you can definitely find like over LFG and stuff like that. I think the Destiny community is a lot like most of your other ones in the fact that, like, there's a lot of people that genuinely just want to help. You know, they like teaching people. They like engaging with people. Then you have, you know, like the subsection of douchebags. It's a big community, so you're going to have a larger helping of both. That's a grenade right there, baby. I like it.
The Hive power their ritual.
Well, and that's exactly it. Like, you can really waste a lot of time with Destiny's raids without getting anything, and it's like a risk.
We understand.
It's a risk that you take every single time you go into one.
Commander, are you there?
It's kind of like if you've played Monster Hunter World. Like every single time you go into it, you have the opportunity to get some gear, right? But you also have a good shot if you're not completely confident in what you're doing of coming out with nothing.
Up there, by that crystal. That's where the broadcast came from. That's void light in there. How?
Sorry about that. Ah, the douchebags. So it all depends. There's a little bit of everything in there. You know, you're gonna have certain mechanics that, like, if you lose a player, you literally have to wipe, and then other ones you can sort of do some hero moments. But
hold on.
You know, one of the other things that they added into Destiny 2 raids Destiny 1 didn't have is, like, there's a limited number of revives. I mean, they had them in, I think, the heroic raids or whatever they were called.
Void light.
But
They're using void light to summon something down.
yes, if you don't do A in a specific way, then B is going to kill you.
I just heard somebody. Commander Zavala, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thanks, the Traveler. I can barely hear you. Let me get to a better position.
The Hive can't summon anything without those crystals.
Thank you. I thought they killed him right off the bat. Move your damn shield. What, you think you're getting away from that? Hell no. Well, actually you will. Fair enough. I'll just come get all these guys.
Echo 3 here. Unknown fire team. Do you copy?
We copy. Are there others with you?
No. Just us down here.
Peekaboo. He's dead. He's dead now. Nergigante.
Came down here as a squad of 9. Got picked off. one by one.
Nergigante
Watched a
was.
wizard rip the
I
light out
love
of my best
telling
friend.
this story
Funnel
about
it
old
into some kind of
Nergigante.
crystal.
So like I played Dark Souls and Bloodborne and all those, you know, all that stuff, right?
Guardians.
And I've gotten through them all. Nergigante, when I encountered him the first time in Monster Hunter World, was the first animal that I failed him so many times that I began to question my ability in gaming. Like, that's how deeply he affected me. And since then, when I fight Nergigante, it's like it's always personal, because I'm like, dude, you made me doubt myself. I'll never forgive you for that. I'll never forgive you for that. And you know what? I never will. Oh, yeah. Now, the breakneck's not too bad. That's the auto rifle I'm using here. When you get it spun up, it's nice. Before that, it's kind of shit. Ugh. I forgot I was going to use a different subclass. Oh, wow. We got supers everywhere. Are you using a void subclass? Yeah, get him. You get them. I'll get these guys. This is really dumb. Why am I in here? Who's got the ball? Oh my goodness. Where's the ball? Come on, boys. Is this our first time in Savathun Song or what? There you go. All you, brother. Do it to it. Got you covered. Oh yeah, that's how I like to do it, right there. Nice and easy.
I might have an idea. Let's find Takeo.
Oh, Nergigante was, man, he was, like I said, I'll never forgive him. Dude, Dark Souls, I love Dark Souls. I love Dark Souls. I love Dark Souls. I love Bloodborne. I just got
No, don't come down here.
Sekiro. So I can't say that I love it yet because I haven't
Listen,
played it yet.
We can use the crystals to disrupt the ritual.
But
We can beat this.
Yeah, great
I'm here to
idea.
tell you
But there
that,
aren't any
hey,
powered
where the hell
crystals
am
in
I?
here.
Oh, I'm on like a ledge here. Let me off.
I take it back. Together, we're gonna end this.
You have another plan?
Nope. Same plan. Give Sloan my regards.
I'm reading. I'm sorry. That's why I look like I'm like I'm walking blindly, because I am. Can you move your big head? Oh, buddy. I got something for you. Ah! Ha! Ooh. Ha! Okay. I don't think it did anything. I wasn't about to just sacrifice the body there. I know what happens. There's like a billion thrall down here. Just spread the bullets around. Swish him around a little bit. Get everything.
She sacrificed herself.
I never met her, so I can't understand her pain or whatever.
This ends here.
Yotan? Yeah, Yotan. Pink. What a wonderful weapon. That's probably one of my favorite secondaries in Destiny. The Yotan. No, stop shooting me. Yeah. Gotta admit, Destiny's weapon design and like the exotic weapons, pretty cool. Hey, pal. Said you could be there. Oh shit. Come here now. I wasn't okay. I wasn't sure if like we got everybody there, or there were still some little stragglers around. No. Sir, you're gonna die if you don't watch behind you. It's a good thing I'm here. Oh, it's on. Shoot the eye. Shoot the eye. Oh my god, are you gonna let my whole super run out, guys? Boo. Boo. What are you shooting with? What is that thing? The Misfit? Son of a bee. Threaded that right in there. That was nice. Bang! It's like bowling. It does a ton of damage. That's true. Ow! What was that? What's in here, sir? Uh-oh. What are those purple things? Nope. No.
Here's our chance.
Here's our chance. Pick yourself up, sir. I'll do the honors. Children. Excuse me, lady. Oh. Hey. Oh. No. Oh, that's how you like it right there. Perfect. Nice and easy.
Well,
yeah, that's what I keep hearing about Sekiro is that
think
like
of another way, but
you need to like unlearn what you've learned in Dark Souls and even in Bloodborne, because apparently even though the battle seems to be like faster like Bloodborne, right? The the block mechanic is... Well, that's not something that we typically do. At least I don't. I never use a shield. I never, ever use a shield. What were you doing? Oh, he's just a 701. He's just getting in there. Fresh. So the Screaming Eyeball... Again, you probably have to know some of Destiny's lore, but the Screaming Eyeball was supposed to be summoning Oryx's sister. Oryx was the main boss from Destiny 1's Taken King. So you defeated her or him. Well, technically he was both at one point. We're gonna do one more strike here because I think this is probably one of the coolest ones in the game. So once you defeated that entity, whose worm I still believe is sitting on Titan, it's in like there's a mission you can kind of go down in and see. But regardless, they're summoning his sister who has equal powers to this area. And she's presumably at least one of the upcoming bosses. It's weird because the way that they're doing the lore in Destiny 2 is there is another faction that's supposed to be coming into the game. 5 years after the game began, there's a new faction coming in. The Darkness. I don't know. Now it was in the original Destiny artwork. But they were never actually put into the game. So, they're kind of a thing of all of their own, and they are alluded to within this game quite a few times. Like especially this game kind of focuses on them, and focuses on the Savathûn character pretty much as frequently. So, again, the thing to ask is if they are going to be like one and the same, like if she's going to represent them, or if she's going to be like kind of her own thing, and then we'll get through her and then go to this next thing. Like that's one of the ideas in Destiny that like hasn't been completely fleshed out, because essentially they fight for whatever is considered. It's the same thing, the darkness. The hives are based in darkness. The hive worms, the thing that they killed on Mars a little while back, and the darkness is the darkness. So they're it's a similar motive. Nothing else. Yeah, see, I would agree with that. I feel like, let's see, we'll flip it up here. What do we got that's fun? Let's use this piece of garbage I just got. And how about the heavy machine gun? And we got, this isn't a piece of garbage. This is the Outbreak Perfected. Some people that play Destiny 1, if you haven't seen it in Destiny 2 yet, yeah, they brought it back. So the sight on it for me is kind of like messed up. It's really good, don't get me wrong. It's just like I have trouble sighting it in on, unlike some other weapons. Oh, dude, it just rips through bosses though. The perk on this one, essentially, once you keep getting continuous hits on an enemy, and as you do, the nanites that come out of this thing increase its damage, like they like attach to the boss. But this whole concept, this Ascendant realm, is definitely a neat thing. It was a good idea by Destiny. It was a way that they could save a little bit of space, and yet at the same time, oh, you know what? I forgot my subclass thing again. to worry. We can fix that. You know, we've been kind of talking about it this whole time. The whole axe thing. So they don't have an axe in this one. They do have a hammer. I wouldn't go down there. It hurts them, just so you know. Yeah, well. Oh. That's what I mean. It's possible. I mean, they're definitely alluding to in a lot of the lore that the ghosts, at least, aren't like who they
Cover me.
appear to be. That they're not like altruistic. Like they have their own. Buddy, come here. No, hey you. No. Yeah. Did you do it? Alright, this is going to be like... There's a little bit of a mechanic here, in case you haven't seen it, that essentially you got to grab this, and technically you're supposed to throw it to your boy, and it powers up. Oh, did I get him to do it? Damn, so close. I was going to try to, like, time it so that when he was throwing, I could hit him and he would get the more charged one than the one he had. I don't know if it worked out that way. Dia. See, like, if one of these dudes actually knew, they would throw their thing at me, and then I could throw it at them, at the thing, and it would basically take all of their shields out right away. But they don't think they know that. Ow. And I can't trust... Oh, is this the damage roll by any chance? Well, this is taking much longer than it needs to. But what can you do? Hey, buddy, come here for a second. Did I miss? That was weird. All right, we made it down. No, was not a JoJo's reference. I'm a little behind on that one. I've been seeing it a lot, but if anybody, I don't know what it means. I've been seeing it on the dev stream, and they wrote it across the ship, but I don't get the I don't get the reference. I'm old. I'm trying to tell everybody that. Heavy machine gun. Space frisbee. No, we're not using. We're actually going to use. We're going to use the mallet of doom. Thank you, sir. See the little nanites? They're pretty cool. Here we go. About to drop the hammer. Bang! Okay. Bang! Whoa. Oh, goodness. Nope. Oh, I did a lot of damage. Holy shit, I did a lot of damage. Oh my god, he's behind me, isn't he? Yep. Okay, that didn't do as much damage as I thought. Sometimes you gotta hope and pray. that whatever you're going to do is going to be enough. Ow, 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 ow. No! Ah! I'm out of here. Well, Assassin Shaggy is gone. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I need that. So there's this like little bounty that you get all the time. That if you become Ascendant, it's one of the little mechanics. They stole sort of a page out of Bloodborne for this. And that this Ascendant realm like allows you to see the world that's underneath the world, if you will, right? I don't know if I had this stupid thing or not. I'm probably going to get attacked. But come on! Oh, you know what? I'm out of tinctures. Really? That sucks. I'm 41. I act like a child. I've been playing games forever, you know. But I'm old as the hills. You know, hey. Savior who strikes. Hey, I like strikes. They're not lucrative at all, but they are fun. Sometimes I like a stress-free Destiny experience, you know? Well, here goes that, because I always screw this part up anyhow. Whee! Especially with the Titan. I did it. Yeah, you're right. Growing up, if growing up is an option, I definitely chose not to. And most of my family would attest to that. But I don't care. There's too much good shit. Like, you gotta understand. When I was a kid, video games, I loved video games. And they sucked. Do you understand what I'm getting at? You know, like, I played Pong. That game sucked. But that's all we had. It was like Pong or nothing. Right? So, if I have to choose between Pong or nothing, I choose Pong. Oh, his like little fire beam can't get me that. That's cool. Just trying to see how much we can ramp the damage up. Definitely an excellent weapon. As much as I want that kill, I'm gonna hit it this way instead. Get the orb generation, right? Nah, I'm not worried about that guy. Oh, I thought that... Oh, I forgot about my mini hammer! Shit, and I threw it. My mini hammer. Damn it, I lost it. Why did it make the noise twice? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had a similar scenario happen to me the other day. You know, I need like one piece for Limbo Prime. Let me see. What all primes do I need just one piece for? Limbo Prime, Mesa Prime, Chroma Prime, Nova Prime, and I get the relics for them, and then I'll get them. hook them up, you know? And I never get the pieces that I want. It's a pain in the dick. It's a super pain in the dick. Hey, buddy. I'm gonna go over and get in the meat of the battle. Hey, whoa! I'm going this way. Alright. Apparently I'm not in the meat of the battle. Nice grenade. Oh, this crazy bitch out there again. Here, my dude. Oh my god, he knew what to do with it. Nice. Oh, no! Take my mini hammer. I don't know what I hit to, like, keep me on, but I'm cool with it. Oh god. Don't push me off. Where'd she go? Where's her push mechanic? Oh, we gotta... I thought... Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Let me get this. Here, buddy. Yeah. Take that. Okay. Did he do it? Looks both ways before crossing the street. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. What? Where am I going? Angelic sword, save us!
We've got her on the run. Keep it up.
Oh, don't worry about me, I guess, huh? Okay, cool, thanks. The strikes are stroke out. We're in there right now. Doing it to it. I mean, look how pretty this strike is. Seriously. And back into the Ascendant Plane we go. Oh, I don't even want to talk about Riven nerfs. My Archoplasmor gets less effective every single time. Then they had enough gall to reduce the disposition on my Vectis Prime. Who the hell's using Vectis Prime? Like, every single video that I see is telling people to use Rubico or Lanka. So I want to know why my Vectis Riven had to be nerfed. That's what I'm saying. And I gotta tell you, I didn't like it. I'm gonna die. It's like, normally I'd punch there, right? But I don't want to lose my mini hammer of justice. So I gotta reel it in with that. I'm being targeted by the stalker. What? Is that English? Don't do it. Oh, let me go. Alright, one time before this strike's over. Take my mini hammer of justice! Give me my hammer back. Yeah! What the hell did that grenade? Ah! What? No! Please! Why? Why would you do it just to me? It's like you singled me out. No, you didn't. Apparently you singled us all out. Angelic Sword! Yeah. It's hammer time. Ah. Hurrah. Perfect. You're very troublesome, Sadia. But we have done it.
In the end, we will all fall. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful. Beautiful. Do you like this area? Makes you wonder, like, where the hell is this? Like, it's obviously not the Ascendant plane, right? So where is this? Are we at, like, the bottom of the reef? Is that what that is? We got through quite a few strikes there. That was actually pretty cool. I like strikes. I wish they would introduce some better gear. I really do. I just a reason to do the stupid things other than doing 3 of them and being done with them for the week to get 2 pieces of gear. Like, what? There's so many different things to do in Destiny for gear now, as far as, just upping your light level, that it's almost pointless to do strikes. I mean, it literally is. And you can see how much work's like into each one. Like, they're really well done. Each one has a fairly unique boss. Usually they're a bigger version, I know, but at least they have a mechanic involved. And yes, a lot of it is the disappearing or the immune thing, but again, with the different buffs and stuff that we have now, whereas like you can take a raid boss down super fast depending on if you can get enough buffs to stack. Can you imagine what strike bosses would be like? Strike invasions. You mean like when you say strike invasions, do you mean like things would happen to us, like how in Destiny, how it does in Warframe? Like there'd be like little factions that would come in. Like that wouldn't actually be too bad. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, and maybe like the faction that came in and got you would have like a specific set of gear. That would only come from them. Oh, I like that, actually. That's a pretty cool idea. Strike-specific gear would be nice again. That was nice. Modifiers. Well, again, I would like strike scoring. I thought strike scoring was really fun. You could put all the different modifiers on. Like, they already have the thing in play with the Nightfall. They could even do it so that you could put on your own, to get different a score. I mean, I hate nullifiers, but I usually... I'm a gun guy in Warframe, so nullifiers are usually easily dealt with just by shooting at them. They don't, the powers don't do dick against them. but I don't know. I guess you can see the argument the other way too, and I think this is the same argument that I was making for Warframe yesterday with the Conclave. Like, I do believe that certain game types are purposely left without tangible reasons to do them, just so that they can kind of corral the player base into certain areas in order to make matchmaking easier and quicker and stuff like that, because, like I said before, in Destiny, you think about it. Right now, we're getting to a point where you have every single planet, right, that you can just go down on and, just do whatever. I think there's 15 total strikes still in the game. So you have to be able to populate for not only the heroic strikes, but then also the regular strikes, right? And then you have, your Gambit game, Gambit Prime. Then there's the Crucible, which is a whole thing unto itself. Then you have the raids, which, I mean, again, they're ones that they have to, you find your own matchmaking there. But like the Menagerie is now another thing that you can do. The Forges are a thing that you can do, and they all require matchmaking to some extent. So the Blind Well in Dreaming City, Escalation Protocol, and Mars. Like, these are all things that like require multiple people to be involved in. So like you can kind of get an idea that, yeah, I totally get it. And I think it's the same thing with Warframe. You can look at the star chart. It looks a lot like this, it's even more so. So you can understand why certain game types are like not taken care of, I guess, or at least not addressed as much. It's a shame in this game that strikes are one of the things that had to be sacrificed, because I really do feel like they're some of Destiny's. They're at least one of the things that in originally, like Destiny 1, got me playing the game. I really enjoyed the strikes. Maybe for stream, we'll do Destiny 1 and go through all the Destiny 1 strikes too, because they're to me there's some really good strikes. I'll even put the music on, because there's some really good music. I should put music on here too. I totally forget. Usually I'm recording without the music on, so that's why I usually don't put it on for stream. But I like to bully Trinities. But well, at any rate, everybody, I still have a video to work on today, so I'm going to end the stream here. I appreciate you all joining me for my little jaunt through Destiny 2 strikes. Like I said, maybe in the future we'll go through the rest of them, because I think we got about half of them. I'll write down which ones we did, and we can go through the other ones. Just kind of go back and check it out. Maybe even do Destiny 1 at some point. Next Saturday and Sunday, guaranteed, we will be doing the normal streams. But over the course of the week, like I said, hopefully I'd like to get into Monster Hunter World. Good day of thoughts. There you go. I mean, again, I can't wait for Iceborne. That's gonna be something special, But again, that's what I was saying. We're gonna get back into Monster Hunter. I'm gonna get the feel back, if you will. But at any rate, everybody, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful end to your weekend. I appreciate you coming by and joining me today. And I'll talk at you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.